This is Michael with Digital T-Shirt Shop. Today we're going to talk a little bit more about virtual assistants. Let's get going. Okay, again, this is Digital T-Shirt Shop. I welcome you today. Today we're going to be talking a little bit more about virtual assistants. So yesterday I made a video about having somebody bring up the idea of virtual assistants to me, and I was able to, I put a list out, I put a Facebook post up asking some friends, people in my network, if they have used a virtual assistant or what they know about using a virtual assistant or somebody overseas. And I had one of my contacts, Ryan Kohler, who owns a company called Applicant Pro. So if you're looking for, some software for, people applying for jobs at your business, I believe that's one of the services that he provides, an integrated service for job applicants. Go take a look at that, Applicant Pro. And then he suggested a woman, and her name was Sheila Davis, and she owns a company called Leapfrog VA, which is a virtual assistant academy. And Sheila just happened to be having a webinar type thing that she was having yesterday morning. And I was able to sit in on some of it and get some tips on having a virtual assistant. So I was actually really surprised. So Sheila, I honestly had no idea who she was. She's a friend of Ryan's, and Ryan was nice enough to link me to her, and I went and I talked to her quite a bit, but I was really impressed with how informative she was with the whole virtual assistant business and process. I mean, from an employer standpoint of hiring virtual assistants, but I believe the primary purpose of her academy is actually training and mentoring virtual assistants so that they can get jobs and be successful being a virtual assistant. But I was able to talk to her a little bit, and I was able to listen to quite a bit of her webinar, and I found a lot of it very fascinating. It was actually very, very good information. If I can remember, I actually don't have, this tells you the type of person I am and how prepared I am. I don't have all the notes right here. But some points that she made that I found were very, very good. One was that you should always get a referral. Don't just go and hire anybody to do work for you. And that was something that I actually was not considering. I was considering just going and trying to find a company somewhere, anywhere, and look and see what it would cost to hire somebody there as a virtual assistant. That was one of the great tips that I got from her, and actually, and she had ideas on where to get those referrals from, people who had actually used people as a virtual assistant, that you could trust. I mean, as I thought about it, I thought, as a hiring manager in a business, we take great care because we've got sensitive information, and we want people who are dependable, and we want to make sure that we have the greatest level of success with the people that we hire. Yet I would potentially be willing to just provide all that access to somebody in some foreign nation, or just anybody, without any knowledge of who or what or where that person is. So I think there's a lot of validity and safety, I think, and potentially getting a good referral from somebody who's used somebody as a VA. One of the other things that she suggested was, and I forgot the name of the company, but getting one of those lock keyword password sites that manages your passwords. So you're not actually providing the person with passwords, but you put all the passwords into a site and give them access to certain sites, a certain level of access. But it also allows you at a point to terminate that person and terminate all their access without having to go and change all your passwords, which I thought was a great piece of advice as well. I talked again to a kind of shifting lanes from talking to Sheila, which again, maybe go check out her website, leapfrogva.com. But I was talking to a friend of mine last night about this as well, and he was suggesting, and that's Seth Mathers. And I know I'm going to try to get Seth on here for a video shortly. I think he's a great guy and he's got great ideas and great insights. But in talking to Seth was, because I talked to him yesterday also, he was suggesting, continuing to use third-party sites like Fiverr and Upwork and sites like that. And I've been using them, and the very nice thing about them is they provide a means for managing the workflow, putting it in blocks and packages, as well as providing a payment system, that makes it easy to go and pay the person. So I don't know, that's kind of where I was with this VA process. I'm liking more and more the idea of hiring a virtual assistant in order to do a lot of the image uploading that I need to do. I need to put a little bit of a system in place. And this was actually another one of the good ideas that Seth had as I was talking to Seth yesterday. Is I have put processes together for the work to be done on the previous sites that I've been having my sister-in-law Sam do. I've sat down and I've typed out a very orderly way of doing it, step 1, step 2, step 3, in an email, and I've sent it to her, and then I've called her and we've walked through it. And I don't know, where does the mind go sometimes? I completely never thought of actually taping it. I can do these webcast, screenshot videos on my laptop, and I never thought of actually doing that and talking her through it in a video, and then I've only had to do it once, and she can refer to it as many times as she wants. But that was actually a great idea that Seth had, and I'm really, really surprised I didn't think of doing that earlier. But, sometimes your mind gets a little convoluted and cloudy, and it takes somebody else to show you that, their solutions right there in front of your face. And that was actually a great suggestion that Seth had. And, so I'm going to actually do that. I'm going to, as part of this, I'm not 100% sure yet which direction am I going to go. And maybe I might go both. Maybe I might hire a foreign VA, virtual assistant, or I might hire a local one. I did actually more or less hire my other sister-in-law. I hired my other sister-in-law to do Facebook posts for me. One of the things I've done really poorly is posting social media consistently. So she's going to go and do a regular Facebook posting for me, 5 days a week, every day of the month, and then I don't have to worry about it. She's just going to do it for me. I have to pay her for it, but I don't have to, I don't have to be sitting coming up with content. I don't have to prioritize the time to sit and create the content. I'm just going to pay her. She's just going to post them. So Adelina, my sister-in-law, is going to do that for me. She actually owns her own blog and VA type service as well. And I am terrible at thinking on the top of my mind. Homemade Simple. HomemadeSimple.com, I believe is what it's called. Anyways, so you could go, she does like homemaking type things, but she provides a VA service that, she does for people. So anyways, so she's doing that for me. So I might have someone else also provide a VA service for me. And then I might also hire a foreign person and just kind of see which one works the best. Does this work well with Adelina doing this virtual assistant service for me? Does it work having Sam do it for me, my other sister-in-law? Does it work having somebody do it in the Philippines? Or whatever it is. I'm not sure. We'll see. So I like the idea of the $2 to $4 an hour versus the $10 an hour. But it might just be a matter of trying them and see which one works best. So anyway, so that's where we're at. That's my additional information. So this would kind of be virtual assistance number 2 as to what I'm learning a little bit about virtual assistants. And so as soon as I get my ducks in a row, I know exactly what I want to list and on which websites I want them listed on. And I get my videos created. I'll probably do another video on this, talking about the subject, to see kind of how we put all this together and execute it, and what's it going to cost us. So yeah, what's it going to cost us? So we'll see how that goes. So, and we'll talk more about that later. Would love to have you subscribe. So don't forget to click on the little subscribe button down in the corner, and you'll be able to follow our business, see what we're doing to adapt, seeing what we're doing to change, see what we're doing to try to make our business profitable. And in this case, we're trying to open new channels of revenue with this, and we'll see where it goes. So thank you.